Dear GTA community, it appears that we may or may not have lost the plot again. It seems that every week, and sometimes even more frequently, we are all going to run with some kind of obscure rumor that is going to reveal the next big thing in GTA 6, but often it just falls flat and is based on absolutely nothing from sources that don't know what they're talking about. The latest example of this is the 4 screenshots fiasco from the GTA 6 website, where everyone was like, alright, 4 screenshots are imminent and that sort of stuff. Meanwhile, the Rockstar website admin was removing all of the stuff yet again with his hand permanently glued to his face. Then, not too much later, the conference call happened and everyone was like, this is where the second trailer GTA 6 is finally going to drop and we're gonna get big news and everything. And while the announcement of the more closely knit release date was actually revealed, to my surprise as well, it again didn't happen. And then even more recently, we had the GTA Online DLC date supposedly being June 11, based on the fact that people did not get a reminder that GTA Plus still exists, which again didn't happen, and we still don't have an actual release date, where historically speaking we only really start to have an indication of when the GTA Online DLC is going to drop is when GTA Plus ends on a Monday, which in this case didn't happen, thus no indication. Everyone once again running with the date of June 11th based on nothing. Before I continue, I do want to stress this is not me trying to call out other content creators or social media pages or Test2 or anyone in particular. This is simply me seeing stuff happen like this and just kind of being upset because people are consistently setting themselves up for frustration, disappointment, and well, we're all hungry for hearing more about anything happening within the GTA universe. But over the past couple of months, it's been very, very, very dry. The driest it's ever been. The rational thought seemingly has just been thrown out the window for the sake of social media impressions. And yes, many of you will be quick to point out that I would do practically the same thing. And sure, I have my titles and my thumbnails where I go ask the questions. Okay, what about these 4 screenshots? What's exactly going on? But in the videos themselves, if you watch them, I always try to approach them with rational thought and not try to make it seem bigger than it actually is. I check with the appropriate people, I try to base it on history and then set expectations on those facts that I have or don't have. Because it's important that if you go to one of those GTA 6 info news pages on Twitter, for example, they'll blow things out of proportion. And before you know it, everyone and their mom is going to believe it and you have a whole different ballgame on your hand again, because guess what? They have millions of views sometimes and they're based on absolutely nothing. Heck, sometimes they're even created with AI. What are we doing with Lucia? I am very worried when it's gonna happen when the game comes out. If you've seen it, I'm sure you've seen it. But it is also this kind of stuff that is detrimental to GTA 6 itself. People are setting expectations for not only the marketing of the game, but the game itself. This was even worse obviously before the trailer was launched back in December, but I feel like we're kind of steering a little bit too much towards that kind of area once again. This time, however, I'm solely focused on actually seeing more of the game. And again, to reiterate what I've probably previously said, you're not going to be seeing anything about GTA 6 probably until the second half of the year. With a recent announcement, well, I guess quote-unquote leak, that Red Dead Redemption 1 is seemingly coming to PC, and the summer DLC for GTA Online being, I guess, kind of around the corner, probably within the next month or at least a bunch of weeks coming up. Rockstar is not going to want to take away the attention from the DLC as well as Red Dead Redemption 1 on PC, if that is going to get announced anytime soon with GTA 6, because as we've seen back in December, the moment that they say anything about GTA 6, all the interest for literally anything else, including their own games, including literally everything else in the world, just stops because there's a new thing about GTA 6. And frankly, they're probably not ready to show anything about the game yet, because we're not only a 1.5 year away from the game, so starting to ramp up marketing makes no sense whatsoever. They probably just want to make sure that the first and the second trailer show enough of an improvement or show enough new stuff to have people be interested and hyped about the game again. The previous trailer has 190 million views. I don't think they're exactly in a hurry to let everyone know that GTA 6 is a thing. I understand, we're all frustrated and annoyed by the fact that there's virtually nothing going on with GTA Online, The event weeks are super dry. Everything right now in the GTA universe is very, very dry. I feel it myself. I see it in the amount of views that videos are getting. I see it literally everywhere. The overall morale within the community, at least as far as I can tell, is just at an all-time low because there's nothing exciting going on. And I think most people, as far as I can tell, also by the event week comments, it's like, well, I guess I'll see you next week, but it's probably not going to be worth it, right? And I've touched on the whole event week stuff and GTA Online itself in a video I've done a couple of days ago, so look into that instead. But I guess most of you will understand what I'm trying to say. But again, that doesn't mean that we should cling on to every tiniest piece of hope. There's a few things that can make it easier to see if some kind of rational thought can be used, and if something is based on facts or is just pure speculation and based on nothing. There's kind of like 4 points that is like worth pointing out here. To make it easier for you, when you can expect an announcement from Rockstar, generally speaking, is when investor calls are about to happen. GTA Plus is ending on a Monday, in the case of a GTA Online DLC, and if a 2-week event week that is kind of lasting until a Monday, or an event week that is much shorter and lasts until a Monday, that's typically when you can start expecting a GTA Online DLC to be imminent, as well as an announcement coming up very shortly. And finally, to everyone's surprise, when Rockstar feels like it. Because Rockstar is both very predictable and unpredictable in that regard, right? And that's kind of what makes it also pretty fun. I think when it comes to GTA 6 announcements, they kind of like it to be a surprise, because if you bring people by surprise, they'll be more like a oh shit type of factor, rather than okay, this is when we're going to be seeing news about it, right? And it's kind of like the element of surprise probably brings a bigger hype factor than okay, we're waiting for a countdown type of thing. It's the same thing that they did with the GTA 6 trailer. They announced it out of nowhere and just very casually in a way too, and then obviously the big countdown started until the GTA 6 trailer. I do hope though, for the sake of Rockstar, that this time when they are going to do anything in regards of marketing for GTA 6, that for once it's not going to leak early, and the excitement and build up towards a new thing about the game can actually be enjoyed to the fullest, rather than someone leaking it again. And I think the most important thing to remember here is that the game is at least another 1.5 years away, and like I mentioned before, the marketing for this game is probably not going to start really ramping up until like 6 months before release, right? We all want to see more about the game. We all want to hear more about the next GTA Online DLC, or Red Dead Redemption 1 on PC, or just really anything to get excited about as a Rockstar fan or just a GTA fan in general. But I think that it might be a really good idea to just kind of reel back the expectations a little bit and just let it happen when it does. And the next obscure rumor that gets based on nothing, maybe look at it with a bit more skepticism before everyone starts going overly excited and sets themselves up for disappointment yet again. But anyways, that's it for this one. Thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and become a member like Chloe, GTA Plus, Notorious Jam, Dan, and the Cosonics. And I'll see you all later.